Have you ever wondered how you can become a pro player just like me in FC26? Well, I'm going to give you a 10-step guide on how to improve as much as you can and hopefully become a pro player. And let's get straight into it with what other than grind. The most obvious one ever, you have to put the hours in. Play an insane amount. This one's hard due to school and work commitments, I completely understand that. But do you think you become amazing without any sort of practice, without any sort of grind? It's not that simple. How many hours do you think Ronaldo put in playing football to become the player that he is today? You need to play hours on end, and if you can't be bothered, maybe you're just not meant to be. You know, you're not meant to be a pro in this esport. I remember I did this back in FIFA 19. I'd finished school for the year, and what did I do? I played FIFA about 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day for 2 months straight. Now, I'm not recommending to do this, okay? I'm not saying, oh, you should do this, it's definitely going to work. I knew it was fate. I had a feeling in my head, I'm going to become a pro FIFA player, okay? Now, maybe I was mental, but it worked out in the end, didn't it? Now, in all elite sports, you may know football, NFL, rugby, they all do VOD review. They watch their footage back and see what went wrong. So why not do that in FIFA? Why not do that in esports? And watch your FIFA games back. Play a Rivals game. If you lose it, clip it on PlayStation. Maybe record the last few minutes on Xbox. Watch it back. See where you lost the ball. See how you conceded the goal. What could you have done better? Because trust me, guys, you might concede a rig goal every now and then. I'll talk about that later. There's always something you can do to improve, okay? So stick with me. So on to step number 2, and we've nicely transitioned there. Discipline. Don't get mad. Get sad. That's my motto. And I'm happy to admit I've cried 10 plus times about FIFA in a real tournament. Not doing as good as I've expected to, putting so many hours of work in and coming up short and just crying. It's okay to cry, let your emotions out, because when I win as well, it's the opposite. You're on a buzz, you're happy, you're excited. It goes both ways. Don't get mad. It's hard as a casual. I used to get mad. I used to hit myself on the leg or hit the TV or whatever, which was really bad. Do not ever do that, okay? It's not worth it. Instead of getting mad, get sad, okay? That's the motto. If you lose a game, like I say, don't blame the game. There's always something you could have done to improve, and it can be hard to adjust to that at first, but it becomes natural when you're playing for big prizes. If you lose a game for $10,000, are you going to punch the TV or are you going to cry? It's career defining. Don't get mad. Get sad. Now, on to tip number 3, patience, okay? Don't panic, because you might be playing really well in FC, you might think you're at the pro level and you're just not getting any opportunities. Play your game and try to compete in the ladder, but be honest with yourself, guys, because if you're not good enough by a certain point, you need to be able to leave the FIFA before the FIFA leaves you. You don't want to be stuck, addicted, keep trying to be a pro when you're just not good enough, and you just need to let go at some point, okay? But don't ruin your whole life trying to chase a dream that's not going to happen. It's not sustainable, and if you haven't ever made a couple of events or aren't signed to an organization, you won't be able to be a full-time pro player. That's just a fact, okay? It's really hard to be in a position like myself. I'm very lucky to be here. I'm very skilled, maybe. You're not surviving the scene if you are not getting paid to be full-time. For example, I've got friends that have gone full-time in the scene, and then stuff doesn't work out, and then all of a sudden you're going back to your job. It's happened to multiple people, so be careful. You need to be in the top 1% to go full-time, and like I said, I got very lucky. And I got very lucky because I got signed to West Ham when I was 17 years of age on an academy sort of deal. If you miss that academy age gap from like 16 to 18, you might be in trouble. You might be looking for a bit more money and you aren't going to get it because no team's going to sign you as an academy player. Now, on to tip number 4. Make friends at a similar level / mindset. Now, this is going to sound forced. It's not forced, trust me. Talk to people. Be nice. If you lose a game to a good player in Rivals, maybe a name you've played a few times in the Elite Division or someone in FUT Champs, you know them, you recognise them off Twitter maybe, message them. Be nice and make friends. You can grow together and have motivation to grind with your friends. I did this. I networked and found friends. A guy I played in Division Rivals, I got added to a chat with him. We spoke. Another lad joined. And next minute, that was our group for the next 3-4 years of 4 people. And they're some of my best mates to this day. Can be really good to make friends online. And it doesn't matter if you have no friends at school or loads of friends at school. If you meet people online, you're going to make friends because you have the same sort of mindset. We all wanted to be pro players. We all wanted to succeed in this esport. But all of us were not good enough. We were amateurs and learning the esport. And guess what? It ended up working out for us all. And like I said, once you get added to chats, you can then join practice chats and then add your friends to practice chats and they can add you to practice chats. And you can practice versus players who are better than you or around your level. That's where you want to improve, because if you want to play champs or rivals and beat a pro and put it on Twitter or take a screenshot, it means absolutely nothing. I'm sorry to say it. If you beat them in the pro ladder, that's completely different, okay? Because that's a pro game. If you beat them in rivals, they're not going to care too much. You want to play a friendly against someone good. You don't want to play rivals against someone good. It's completely different. So number 5, stay humble. Now, always be respectful to the guys who came before you. For example, Tex, Gorilla, Tass, maybe me to some of you guys. Don't be hating on players who gave you the template on how to succeed in FIFA, in FC. For example, if you're inspired by Tex's gameplay in FIFA and you want to play like him, don't be hating on him or other players and getting some kind of ego as a newcomer. It will not help you in the esport. People will think you're a bit weird and not want to speak to you, to be honest. For example, tweeting a rival screenshot, like I said, beating a pro player, not going to go down well. There's a clear difference between champs or rivals in a qualifier match. It's like that leaning forward meme. This is me playing rivals. This is me playing a pro game, okay? That's the difference in concentration, in focus, in everything. Talking about the pro ladder, on to step number 6. Sign up for pro play. This one is strictly for FC 26 only. In-game, you'll see a new leaderboard for the FC Pro mode. It's not been released yet. To enter and play, you'll need to reach Division 4, I believe, in Division Rivals. That's what it was last year, but here's the catch. The first pro tournament is held the weekend of the 11th and 12th of October, and to qualify, you need to place well in your region in the pro ladder from the 22nd of September to October 1st. Now, it's going to be hard. That's like 2-3 days after the Ultimate Edition releases. You'll need to build a team that fits the restrictions. I don't know what they are yet. And enter. This will be the final step of becoming a pro, okay? The rest of it's all mental or ability based. Signing up to be a pro player, playing in your region, whether it's EU West like myself, or EU East like Anders, or South America like Guy Barros, my teammate. It depends where you're from, okay? Sign up to your region, play some games, improve, and if you don't make the top 2, 5, 6, which is what's going to be in the qualifier on the 11th and 12th, if you're not in the top 2, 5, 6, don't deep it. It's fine. We'll go again for the next tournament in a month's time. If not in a month's time, we'll go again in a year's time for FC 27, okay? So keep your head held high, try your best, and you'll improve no matter what. Now, the next step in this video is the tournament preparation. Let's say you've played the ladder. In fact, no. Let's say you're preparing for the ladder, because that'll be the majority of people if you're trying to become a pro. The prep week is important. Fix the sleeping pattern to when the tournament is held. I don't know if the ladder is a set time like last year, for example, 6 till 10, or if it's just completely open to everyone all hours of the day. But practice every day from Monday to Friday, ready for the big day on Saturday normally for an online tournament. One thing I'll say, don't be playing rivals to practice for the pro tournament. You need to be playing friendlies on the mode, on the same mode, because I feel like the timings are different, the animations are different, the way the game's played is different, okay? 9-minute halves as well, much different. You want to get used to those because they drag on a fair bit. On to the next one. Tip number 8, equipment. This is huge, by the way. So here's the bad news for some people. The system is PlayStation. You have to be on PlayStation to complete in the actual tournament. I think you can play the ladder on Xbox. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. But yeah, qualifying is strictly for PS players, and it's been like that since FIFA 22, which is why I transitioned over from the Xbox. Controller, it's completely standard. A normal PS5 controller is absolutely fine. That's what I use. A lot of top pros use the PlayStation Edge, I believe, for them extra buttons on the back. Not me. I just use a classic controller. Now on for the monitor. This is the one is so important. A monitor is way better than a TV, and I'm going to tell you why. A TV can be like 50 inches, right? With like 5 ms response time and 60 FPS. Let me tell you all the real issues with that, okay? At an event, a pro event, we're looking at a 24 inches monitor, which is what I've got right here. That's just because it's the same as a pro event, so I'm used to it. If I go to an event, the E-Premier League, I've got the exact same monitor sort of thing. I know what I'm playing on. It's not new to me. That is also the best sort of size to be looking around the pitch like this without having to look too far away, okay? Sounds silly, but it makes sense. Response time. A TV can have like a 5 ms response time. That's 5 milliseconds. That means the time that it displays on the screen till the time it shows you what is displayed is 5 milliseconds. The minimum you can get for that is 1. So you want a 1 ms response time. That means as soon as it happens, it shows you on the screen. Your reaction times will naturally be faster because of that. And another thing is the FPS, okay? The max frames per second on a PlayStation is 120. So on the monitor, you're looking for 144 Hz, 1 ms response time, and a 24-inch BenQ. That is genuinely perfect, okay? That's one that needs, you need all the info for that. And I've told you exactly why. There's so much delay on a TV, and that's why I'm telling you guys. If you've got a TV, you need to make that upgrade. Tip number 9, getting your parents' support. This one's hard. Listen, I've been in that place as well. My parents used to turn the Wi-Fi off if I was too loud. Rarely, not all the time. I'm not going to paint them out to be bad. But if I was loud, I was in the middle of a draft final once, scored a free kick with Ibrahimovic, next minute, Wi-Fi's off. Why is that then? My parents were always trying to secure my future. They wanted me to go to college, which I did, and I was doing plumbing for 2 years. Now, the issue is, I was getting home from college at about 4 p.m, playing FC or FIFA till 1 a.m, going to sleep, waking up at 7 a.m. for college, getting back home at 3, 4, repeat. And I was not getting enough sleep, and I was too tired to do work at college. and I was coming home and playing FIFA and being lazy as well, wanting to just get in bed. It was too hard to balance. The normal reaction to that is stop playing FIFA and focus on college. I understand. I'm not wired like that. I wasn't enjoying college. I have a weird brain. I feel like I love learning about FIFA. I could listen to a lecture about FIFA for 12 hours. It ruined my sleep schedule. It had consequences. But then, luckily, because I joined West Ham, my parents' opinion of it slowly changed, and they supported me ever since. Now, it took time. I was on a little amount of money at West Ham on an academy deal, and it was hard to sort of be like, can I leave college? They were like, no, you can't. Then, the more you succeed, the more money you win, the more deals you sign, the more supportive they'll get. And now it's amazing. My mum knows so much about the FIFA scene. I talk to her about it all the time. She knows half the players, do you know what I mean? So it's good to get them on side, but it does take time. It's took me years. On to tip number 10, content creation. This one's a weird one. It's easy for me to sit here and say, oh yeah, make content, make videos. It's not easy at all. You can't just bang content out and it does well. It takes time, it takes consistency. And also, if you're gonna do anything and you're on a budget, get all these things like a PC, a mic, a camera, and an Elgato. That's the main one. Then you can see your gameplay on your PC, you can record it there, you can make videos, you can make short form content, and that's the easiest way to start. But it can be a distraction to pro play, and it can take time out of grinding. I'm assuming you've got a job, or you go to college, or you go to school, which means you already haven't got time to be doing content. Focus on pro play, get to a decent level, and get recognised by teams. It's really hard to get signed in 2025 at a FIFA esports team or an FC 25 or 26 esports team, but just keep trying. So yeah guys, there are my 10 or 11 tips on how to become a pro player. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, comment what you want to see in FC 26, and subscribe for more. There's one more video before FC 26 is out, and it's going to be a good one. Okay, please stay with me guys. We're going to have a great year this year. I love you so much. Thank you guys. Peace. Do you want to play out from the back in FIFA, but your keeper is more like De Gea than Ederson? Who should be higher rated in EAFC? Leao or Dembele?
Finesse him. Get out of the game, man. 3-0 whitewash. Throw that pan. You're done.